Welcome back to Peace Storm. Tonight we're playing a game that was recommended to me by someone. It's called Me-Side, and apparently it's supposed to be like a date like a dating sim, but with horror elements. And I don't know, but yeah, I saw a couple people playing it. It looked neat, and oh, hold up, getting a phone call.
We gotta slay the princess. And you gotta help us.
All right, change of plans. We're playing Slay the Princess, and I don't know why it says continue here, even though this is my first time playing it. I guess it's like an old NES game where there's the option to continue even though there's nothing to continue from. So I'm just gonna pick new game, and let's see what's up.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
But why though?
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I mean, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people.
What's wrong with that?
You have to put an end to her.
Yeah, how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
I mean, do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Yeah, I mean, have you considered that maybe the only reason she's trying to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
This narrator's not telling me everything, I can tell.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll go into the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But, a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Yeah.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yes, good old voices inside my head.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I might not. I mean, I'm gonna do... Oh, I guess I have to take the blade. I was hoping to do what I like to call a catch and release. But I guess we gotta take the blade. I guess going in unarmed is like new game plus stuff. Like, if you've proven that you can do it, the game will let you. So
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
so let's just get it over with.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Well, we can fix her, maybe. If not, we'll do it next time.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Let's see here. Yeah, let's just go down there.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I wish I wasn't. Let's see. Okay, I mean, we can probably still try to get out of this without bloodshed. So let me see here. I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
Good idea.
She makes a compelling point. What if you just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it.
Trembling hands and drops to the floor with unceremonious clack.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Yeah, let's talk it out.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed.
We'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Let's see here. A relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
Yeah, I get what you mean. The world is a nice place. The people in it piss me off, though.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Nope. No, and if I'm being honest, I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
Are you sure?
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Yeah, no, I'm on your side here.
Doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
Exactly.
She has a
You don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
We can fix her. Yeah, I'm gonna take the risk of trusting her. So fuck you. Okay, let's see here. Yeah. Trust starts with getting to know a person better. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
So how long you been down here?
Too long.
Alright, and how do I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I wasn't asking you, narrator.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
I'm not sure this is sharp enough to cut chains.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting. Right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Alright, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
Yeah, I mean, I trust the princess more than I trust the narrator.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Yeah, I'm gonna check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Oh, you fuckers.
Is someone else here?
Alright, I'm gonna kick the shit out of that door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Yeah, I heard you twice the first time.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for who? Easier for everyone.
I mean, the knife is still right
I
there.
heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yep.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
I'm telling you, I don't think it's gonna work.
What happens if you do that?
Yeah, let's save her.
Against your better
Oh.
judgment. you
Oh,
place
that-
the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
That's what she wanted me to do with the knife. What? Why do I have, like, lizard hands?
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
You gonna be okay, ma'am?
She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye.
How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Alright. Yes, let's.
We won't have any of the mistakes
But why, though?
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Okay, yeah, let's warn her.
Stop that.
Crazy narrator trying to kill you, lady.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect.
Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna resist harder. Fuck you.
Blade. Move the blade.
Nope.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hand.
Oh, shit.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
Okay. Maybe I made a couple wrong choices. Who knows?
This is the end, isn't it?
But now I see why. Yeah. Now I see.
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
That the game. I guess the game's harder than it appears at first glance. Chapter 2: The Prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, so I'm alive again, and now the music is distorted.
You're
Given
here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
it's like, what is this, Doki Doki Literature Club? Yep. Not to be the guy who's only read Doki Doki Literature Club reading his second visual novel. Yeah, hasn't this already happened?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
The voice of the skeptic. He's just like me, for real.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Okay, so she's got a little bit of an attitude problem, but I don't see how she's gonna end the world. Yeah, I mean, let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
The absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us.
That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting. But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her?
Yeah.
Did you say something really mean to me?
Probably.
Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
Professional what? Professional grifter?
Sure you are.
Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything?
I do not sound like that.
Seeing that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
I don't know, she's minus an arm now. That's not totally unhindered, if you ask me.
What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
Hmm? He has a point.
Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are. You're talking in circles.
Yep.
No, I'm talking in facts.
Nope. Yeah, I don't think there's really any sense into talking to the narrator, but let's try it again.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
No, I like him. I'm gonna listen to everything he says.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Because that worked so well last time. Yeah, let's take a look in the mirror. I want to see my lizardly face.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
There was a mirror a second ago.
And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Yep, let's just go down.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation, and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon.
Gonna have to disagree with you there, Chief.
Are you sure? She killed us with it last time. What if she turns it against us again?
Good point.
Yes, I'm sure. And I've already got a plan for that.
Do you, though?
Still with those past life delusions, are we? I hope part of that plan is don't give the world ending monstrosity your only weapon. Because unless you've decided to arm the princess, I don't think you need to worry about her having a weapon.
Yeah, I don't intend to arm her or harm her.
PG. We'll be fine. Okay. I'm trusting you.
Yeah, I mean, I at least want to throw in my 2 cents.
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go. Wonderful. You do exactly that, sweeping the blade from the table before proceeding to the basement. Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it.
This is like Deltarune where your choices don't matter.
No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and
Oh,
look
Jesus.
at the princess. She looks at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
It's, I think you got enough chains there?
So much for cutting her out of here. Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table.
Yeah, it's like... I'm not exactly interested in cutting through her neck to get her out of those chains.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there will be something so obviously useless.
Yeah, I wonder what it's for. Maybe she has a huge... Never mind.
That was there last time too, wasn't it? It was.
Oh, sorry, I keep right-clicking.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Yeah, let's sit with her. Sit and talk.
Step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Yeah, let's let's respect boundaries, physical and, you know, emotional.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Yeah, I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
I just lost the game.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles. I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle.
Bro, the narrator just admit to trying to gaslight us.
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly. He gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
My success or your success hinges on me having imperfect information.
I won't. Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Alright. So let me see here. Yeah, that other chain on the wall, who or what is it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
I'll pass.
It'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Yeah, what happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. twice and chains again. More of them.
Nothing ever happens.
And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. She's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
See here. Yeah, let's try to inspect the shackle. I don't know if she'll let us though, since we haven't dropped the knife yet.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is? And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't. I am.
Yeah, let's let it go.
Good. Forget you ever saw it. Nice try, but I won't. Specifically because you told me to.
Okay. So the voice of the skeptic's giving me a taste of my own medicine, it seems. Let's see. Yeah, you were asking about my intentions earlier. What do you mean by that?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here?
I don't know, I just... I have this knife because the voice inside my head decided to take control of my body.
There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
You're so right, Queen Princess. Let's see. Yeah, how am I supposed to cut you out if you didn't notice your head is in a shackle too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Why don't we just leave the knife at her feet and then stand, get away from her so that, she'll at least have to free herself like she claims she can before she can kill us.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. Just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
Yeah, you still haven't told me how she's gonna end the world, though.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him. Possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Also, notice that him has a capital H. Is the narrator God or something? Let's see. Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, we'll start with that at least. Like, in case you've forgotten, you killed me with that weapon last time.
But sure, let's talk about what happened. Because what happened is exactly my issue. The last time we met, your body tried to kill me. If you take a moment to imagine yourself in my position, I think you'll understand why letting you near me with that thing is untenable. So, be a good bird and hand it over. And if being nice isn't enough motivation, well, I think you're aware that I'm not afraid to resort to violence. If you come near me with that thing, I will strangle you with these chains.
She doesn't beat around the bush, does she? Yes, it's almost like she's a fundamentally bad person who wishes to inflict pain on others.
Or it's another bluff.
No hard feelings, of course. But you should be aware of my position.
Alright. Let's see here. Yeah, let's just give her the knife.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess.
Allegedly.
Till you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place. You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you? Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world. Right? Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you? A little?
I have a plan, you guys. Shut up.
I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she raises the blade to her throat.
Whoa.
What is she doing?
Is she actually gonna do it?
She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck. No.
Yeah. Let's see how this pans out.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that? Huh. So that's her play. Killing herself? She isn't dead yet. Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink.
Okay, so I guess you guys were right. She was just insane. She wasn't immortal. She was just insane.
Her head twists slowly to the side, flocking to her shoulder, and her neck opens.
I mean, we get another try at least, right?
The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Okay, so
So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
So I guess we did it. We technically slayed the princess.
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. When you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
You know, I've been looking for a place to store my bottle caps.
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of reason. She's left us with this dangling thread.
Oh, like
I need to know why.
you're talking about this dangling thread.
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
The head's gonna come back to life any second now, isn't it? What the fuck? Take the princess with you? I'm curious what happens.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
Yep, she's still alive.
She didn't. She's dead.
I don't think so, Chief.
But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
How can you tell at a glance if the world is saved from certain doom or not?
Well played.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone?
Oh, thank God. I thought he'd never shut up.
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Fuck, she really is gonna end the world, isn't she? Oh, what the hell? What? Okay. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns. Ugh. Jesus. Man, that I don't think I'm ever gonna get used to that.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Yeah. Let's just skip the whole spiel. Go to the mirror. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
Well, it's good to see that you have your body back, but, yeah, is your head gonna be okay?
Do you know what we'll find out there?
I mean, is that a rhetorical question? Do you know? Do you want to tell me?
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me. Short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Yeah, I mean, there's trees and stars, and they're people, I think. At least they're supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Do you know what's gonna happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
Yeah, when you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. When I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
Yeah, how many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One.
Oh,
Whatever you bring me next will be enough,
really?
and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
Well, I'll just have to, I'll just have to make damn sure that future me does her best. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but... Yeah, if this is the last time, is there anything you'd like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Oh. Medicine time. Okay, I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Okay, so I guess...
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I guess this loop is going to be the last one. But if you enjoyed this video, then no further actions required on your part. And we will see you in the finale.